Okay, here we go for our campaign playthrough part 4 with our campaign of Shade. So, changed the format of doing this a little bit. So instead of doing stuff at the end of the quest, we will do them at the beginning of the video, so then we can see stuff as it affects us more in real time here. So first thing we're going to go check out is Infirmary. Our apprentice mage was incapacitated, which is worse than wounded, so he's got to spend a turn in bed being incapacitated, then he'll have to spend another turn to get healed up. Next we'll go on our way to the tavern. We'll do our side story. Our name is getting to be known. Nice. Yeah. Is this really stealing? We'll just borrow this. So, what do we want? The chainmail or the sword? Yeah, I know the bandit lord's coming up again. Let's go for a big sword. So again, here we go. We're gonna get -1 balance. Fine. And this is basically, it doesn't show anything here, but telling you we're gonna get a sword card to our deck for the next adventure, which will come in handy. So we've got a little bit of money after taking the kid's lunch money after finding her cat. And let's see what we can get. So, love this card, but can't afford it. Could get an extra long pole for a market deck. The extra long pole is a pretty decent card, actually. And the Purify Power, which this is a light essence. We're not going to be, our cards aren't going to be having too many light essences, but this is okay-ish power. Probably if it was on the dark or blue, I'd probably buy it because we've got seems like a lot of heroes are, yeah, but blue. Well, that's mostly, I guess, the apprentice mage who's taking a nap for a few quests right now. Okay, anything else to check out? Our heroes, yeah, we've got quite a few that had recovered from the infirmary, so we're going to load them back in now. We're going to go up to 4. I like the variety, even though it is adding a tiny bit of difficulty to the game by having more heroes. But I'm a good card cycler through finding the ones that I want, so more variety will hopefully be to our benefit. The 180, we're not going to be able to do anything that we want. We still haven't gotten any powers at this point. The next jump here is quite a bit to upgrade this card again. We could unlock a new card. I'm going to wait on that for quite a while. Like, there's the idea with the deck building game is you want stronger cards, so by unlocking another card, we're going to have yet another weak card in our deck. Yes, it might have a different essence, or we could maybe get it up to a 2 attack pretty quickly, but for now we'll just keep our Shadow Step the way it is, and sometime we'll probably upgrade it at least 1, possibly 2 more times before we start unlocking another card. Oh, time to deal with the bandits. That sword that we're borrowing, hopefully we'll make quick work of them.
Tells Holding has been plagued by bandits for weeks now. They are becoming increasingly brazen, steadily accosting citizens in their travels and disrupting commerce in the region. Something needs to be done or else Tells Holding will suffer. You and your companions set out with one goal in mind: bring as many bandits back alive as possible to face trial in court. Likely most if not all of them will be found guilty and face the hangman's noose. This display of justice will go a long way of restoring order in the region.
Okay, here we go. Patch, you're going down. He's probably afraid of us after we already beat him once. Yeah, and we're starting it off, the bandits. They're gonna rob, they're gonna... Well, they don't have anything, but definitely if they get away, not good. And if we beat them up, we get an extra card, so... Lots of choices here. Let's see. Yeah, long arm of the law quest. Think we're gonna go to beat Patch a few times instead. Actually, we'll tackle the long arm of the law quest. Some people have reported having minor problems with this, but there is kind of some tricks or tips that hopefully I can help you through with it. The trick is you need your turn resources to make the arrests. You need to arrest 7 of these skulk people with the skulk tags. It adds 11 to the adventure deck. If we look at the adventure deck, there's 81 cards in here. The majority of these are going to be foes. The majority of these foes are going to be skulks, because Patch is a bandit lord, and all the bandits pretty much have the skulk tag. So there's a lot more than 11 in this adventure deck. So you don't, in this particular quest, because I've played it many times, we don't need to arrest the first 7 bandits that come out. There's going to be lots of opportunities to arrest a lot of bandits. So my tip is don't get hung up with completing this quest right now. Let's build a deck up a little bit that can generate some money and some good attack, so our deck will be strong enough to deal this. Otherwise, that's where people can run into some problems by trying to do this too early. Like, yes, if we might be able to do something and take these guys out really early, but then we're losing 2 of our resources that could be better spent on cards that will help us out in the long run. So I think beating Patch up would be easier and quicker, but like I said, we'll go through and we'll do the brave conquest. We'll make the 7 arrests here, or at least try to. Let's see how it goes. So first card I'm getting is the Jack of all trades. Would be a good one, but I think that I'm going to actually take the frontal strike, go for a little bit more combat prowess, just to keep my board a little bit cleaner and clearer at this point. Oh, and here's our beautiful war sword. That's another good reason why that frontal strike is good. It's durability 4. We're going to get 4 swings with this thing, which is decent. Let's go ahead and take a chop with it right now, even though we're not going to activate the extra damage. That should be able to give us enough to take care of this highwayman. And I made a mistake. Just like I said, we don't want to get too keen on jumping the gun and going through and making our arrest too early. I would have I should have spent my money first, bought the I'm a Survivor, and not made the rest. Oh well, it's not completely crippling at this point. Just, it would have been nice to get that I'm a Survivor card and to get a little bit more combat strength as well as money generation. But made a mistake, it happens. No undos in this game. Card laid, card played. So we'll just continue on and I'll spend my money at the market. Trust no one, I could buy this, but its power is especially good if you can get more Nameless Wanderers into your hand and you rapid deploy it right when you need it for that extra little punch or possibly even quite a big punch. But for now, let's market, get a torch. Not great, but it does also generate a red essence, which can be good. Got to draw 6 cards because of the War Sword, and I am going to use another durability off of our War Sword and smack him down. Once again, we have $4. This time before, instead of just attacking him, I'm not going to make the same mistake here right again, buying my I'm a Survivor, and then going after him. So we won't get the arrest for beating him up, but he's no longer in the game, and we get the benefit of the plenty, so we'll get to draw an extra card here. Yeah, I do not want to activate this minor curse, but might not be left with a choice. 3 attack, definitely not fighting the witch right now. When I do fight her, I want to make darn sure I could kill her. Could get the trust no one, which increases our chance of beating quite a bit, but not going to do that. We will go for... Don't have too many wounds right now, so this card is not great. So I'm going to take a Jack of all trades, and we are going to then buy a round. Now, I did get the 4. I'm going to leave the witch alone for the moment. He is going to, when we fight this ogre, he's going to eat a card from here. He's going to eat one of our cheapest cards, which means he's either going to eat our small reward or one of our laborers or peasant militia. So definitely fine with that. It's going to help us in the long run. Now he did get 1 shield, so we knocked him down to half, but he heals 1 next turn, so still quite strong. And he ate our small reward, which is fine. Okay, draw an extra card. Gonna be quite beneficial. So the torch, pulps regeneration, really good against trolls. It even says that on the card. Another nice thing about this, we don't have any cave dwellers out there, I don't think. Yeah, that ogre's not a cave dweller. But it is going to generate us this red essence, which is going to be good to give the sword an extra damage. So you can see we're up to 6 attack. Now this definitely could take the witch, but let's try and deal with this ogre. And looks like we have enough. And he ate something, and he ate a large reward out of our control. Didn't have really anything in our discard pile, so the large reward is what we got for him. But again, it's not a big deal. Those cards slow us down a little bit sometimes. With 4, yeah, I'll take another Jack of all trades. Yeah, kind of a... slow and not too much at all happening, I'm going to take a side job here. Yeah, this card can be annoying, but his outwit didn't happen because we had the I'm a Survivor card in our hand. Oh, 5 attack, not too bad. We don't have the essence for the witch, but we really don't want the witch to get away because they'll give us 2 hexes. That won't be nice. We'll let him go for one more round. I am going to hire this Trust No One because I do have the Nameless Wanderer already, so attack of 7. Yeah, I'm going to fight the witch and get rid of it. With 4 attack, we did end up getting 1 curse, but keep our board fairly clean. We also gave us the experience that now we can train, which I am going to train one of our junkie guards into Master Tracker. We have this essence in play, so probably a good time to fight him as well. With 4, we have a half decent chance of defeating him, but definitely did not put up a really good fight. Lots of shield icons dropped there. I'm going to take a chance on the assassins, trim my deck down a little bit, and I'm going to get them, the highwaymen, and it worked. I'm now noticing targeting some more wounds. And old man strength at this point, we've already trimmed our deck down. It's now definitely not a good idea to be investing in this card, in my opinion. Nap time is always good and will help us with the wounds. There's another card that would even help us better with the wounds, but we'll have to wait to get it till next time. 3 attack, I might as well take a chance at him. Could get lucky and could get the win right here. And as expected, he's wounded, but set up for next round. I don't think the contract assassin did his assassinate. But that's again because our I'm a Survivor and Jack of all trades stopped him. I see it coming. Not gonna play the hex. Play my cards in this order for the maximum benefit. Take out the noble. I could go for Trust No One. Instead of the cycle, toast to our friends. and take a side quest. Sword's getting wounded quite a bit. It's on its last leg. So I think I'm going to hold off on it. So just another note, this is gear allegiance, which means that Trust No One does actually work with the gear allegiance, but could do Trust No One to get a little bit of attack. I want to save the sword for a little stronger. Take this card. Then I'm gonna take some wound medication. Okay. Going to burn up the sword here. We've got to Trust No One. Got the torch to pump up the sword a little bit. And I'm going to get the other. I'm going to use these rewards to hire this other Trust No One. Then we're going to. It's in hand or play. So Trust No One for 4. Trust No One for 4. Use the torch for 1. Use the sword, should bump it up to 13. Broke the sword, that's fine. 13 attack, pretty good. So we're still not going to be arresting anyone because we have no resources, but that is fine. So first guy, the one is the assassin. Still lots left, so no leaf. Gonna take some wounds, but Marauder's up next. Yeah, buggery dodged. Still gonna take the wounds. Take another run at him. And this time we got him, and more wounds. And with $1 left, we are going to fly around. Can't play our Drunken Stupor, so that's the turn. So I'm building the deck up a little bit. I'm going to make an arrest here. So I'm going to arrest the easiest one. Could try and arrest the cat, but they're in the alley. They get a bonus there. Chances are decent they would dodge. 5 attack. I'm going to stick on this corrupt guard. He doesn't have the tag, so you can't arrest this corrupt guard, but still did good enough to beat him, which was good. Just keeping the board clean. And with $2 left here, that's an okay-ish card, but don't need it, so I'm going to cycle through, and I get another junky card. Then I'm stuck with. More wounds, they just keep coming. Well, Soothing's going to start cleaning them out a little bit. Our Wound Liquor is going to clean them out a little bit. One of every essence. Yeah, without help, I'm not going to take either the witch or the cat. Could try for the cat. If I get lucky, I'll make an arrest. But I'm not going to get hung up on that. And I'm not going to try and get lucky. I'll just buy this decent card. Not more wounds, but more cards.
Ding kids.
Lots of experience, but nothing good to train. Could train out a Shadow Step. It's not my worst card, though. We need money, so I'm going to take a meal time. And because we played our nap time, we can recover, which I'm going to. Fail the side quest. Half decent attack. The witch. Do not want the witch to get away. Maybe we'll give her one more round and hope for the best next round. It's gambling quite a bit, but sometimes that's what you need to do. Open up our training. We will train no one into this on the road again card. Do have one wound, so soothing will trigger exactly one die. And with getting a wound, the witch is going to get away. Nothing we can do about it, though.
Ding kids.
Well, I'm gonna stick with I have a survivor card and recover. Well, this curse is coming in. Like a wound. Take a side job. Well, things are starting to get a little out of control here. Buy around, which is a little risky, and came up blank. Now the pain starts. The pain of multiple turns of hurting. Here's what's going to happen next turn. We are going to get a card robbed. Unless we have the yellow essence when he pillages. So, it's going to have to suck it up and take it. No, we did get an eye, so at least he's not to do that to us. Anyway, we'll be able to stop this bleeding a tiny bit. Burn our torch. We'll hire and trust no one. Again, we're not going for harass, we're just trying to stop this bleeding. Trying to regain control of our board. Well, it's a decent attack anyways, so we'll make an arrest. Could spend this money, but we'll go ahead and we'll make an arrest. If we look at our adventure deck, now that we're starting to make it, we still got 51 cards coming. There are way more than enough people still in here. And with this much attack left, we're going to take a risk and try for the closer one, the Highwayman. Oh, we got a couple of, we got a supper nail, good. 3 bonus cards, should help this one. This turn. Don't have anything that's going to give us any of that, but we do. Might as well draw a card. So if we play a leaf, we'll get an extra damage. Play this one, and this one. Yes, please. Training Hall is smashed to heck, but let's go ahead and make one more arrest. Halfway there. Take a run at the bad lord, see what he's got here. Lots of money. Focus on my needs, so drawing cards is good. Need more money is good. And that's everything. Trust no one, becoming a strong card with the other nameless wanderers. I want the attack, then I put them in this order. And our board is once again, we've gained control of it. Yeah, this bloody pain. Gosh, robbed her decent card. It's the way it goes. Just when I started thinking we had it under control again, we got a couple more people out. Well, time to do another arrest. Arrest number 5, just a couple more to go. Well, drinking enough, you will eventually pass out, but it's the risk you take.
Yeah.
I'll take another card and drink again. Better when drinking. Okay, I'm going to go after the area noble, and I'm going to do it by better when drinking. Getting another trust no one. There's no way I'm losing this fight. And I can get rid of my impaired effect. Like this, like a couple of wounds. Shadow step. 6 attack should be enough. We'll make it. We'll try for it. We'll try and get this arrest. And success is ours.
Ending kids.
Let's. Oh, here's my friend Pain. Let's, how many wounds do we have? We have no wounds, so my friend Pain is not as good as it can be, but this is probably potentially the strongest Nameless Wanderer card. But it's come for us way too late. We're not relying on Pain to win this. Just we're using their more finesse cards. On the Road Again is their top card, but yeah, my friend Pain can be better for a higher damage amount. But for this particular quest, this On a Road Again with giving the two resource generation is good for arresting these bandits. Well, let's go through and spend some of this other money. We're getting close to the end of beating this thing. Picks up a couple stores. Don't want that card, so we'll recover. So you'll notice, like when I'm playing, sometimes I don't spend all my turn resources because I do enjoy to have the ability to do something extra with that money sometimes if I need to, like hire the mercenaries or hire the assassins. So that's often why I save stuff back. This should be the game right here. Way more than enough needed to get this last little skulk, and that will give us the victory. Check out who's destroyed. There's lots of wounds destroyed. A couple of heroes. Only a couple of commoners.
The common folk cheered as the bandits were trudged off by you to justice. Most of the bandits would hang. This was a relief to the people who had suffered so much at their hands. One small member, a halfling bandit, pleads with you. Before turning him in, you listen to what he has to say. My name is Measly. I implore you to give me a second chance. What I have done was wrong, but if you give me a chance to redeem myself, I will work hard to turn my life around and make reparations for those that I have harmed and stolen from. The halfling seems sincere, and now you are presented with a choice.
Okay, so here we are after winning this campaign quest, end of chapter 1. Got pretty decent rewards. These are just going to kind of sit and collect, build up a little bit as we head into chapter 2, but we'll see what's going to happen with that here fairly quickly. This one didn't maybe mention this before, but when you do the quest and you complete the quest, it generally takes longer and a little harder than beating up the archvillain. And most of the time you do that, you're presented with another choice here. So this is why we have the 3 choices instead of just 2 choices. So if we had beaten Patch, we would have only been given these 2 choices. So glad that went through and decided to do this, because there are, out of the 3 choices here, 2 of them are very good for just like gaining the hero. This hero is Measly Pondo. He's a rogue and little halfling rogue, and he is a great hero, especially at this point of the game. Very tempting to take him, but since we went through the work, we're gonna make a deal with Measley, and we're gonna find out where the bandit's treasure is, and we're gonna go get his treasure, giving us a whole bunch more resources and a relic. So we won't find out what this relic is right at the moment, but relics are generally good, and this is a campaign relic, so it will enter the relic deck, so we can have a chance to find it as we're playing the adventures. But more important, the relics you earn on these campaign reward screens do have an effect, an ongoing effect. So let's go ahead and get this.
It is a time for celebration. The bandits have been driven off and the realm is safe once again thanks to you. Music and laughter fill the air, and people hug one another in joyous recognition of their freedom from fear. The Duke declares a local holiday, and parades you through the streets with his guards, proud of what you have achieved for your community. Life could not get any better.
Here we go, a nice parade for a victory, and then of course, welcome to Mythical Mayhem. Now that we're done pretty much chapter 1, welcome to the fun, chapter 2.
Without warning, the sky turns dark, and a great dragon appears from above. The dragon is a terrifying sight. Its scales glisten red and orange as it flies over, letting panic and terror sink into all. Then it circles back to deliver its doom, leaving everyone awe-stricken and helpless. With a roar it spews flames onto the city, setting it ablaze in an instant. Panic spreads amongst the crowd as they run for cover from the fiery destruction. In a matter of moments, all that remains is a smoldering ruin where once stood a thriving metropolis full of life. Thousands of people dead in an instant. Perhaps worse are those who are left alive, without hope. The once prosperous city of Tell's Holding is now a pale, ruinous shadow of its former glory. Chapter 2, From the Ruins.
Okay, so we see what's happened here now, and we look. So the one thing before I stop this video and start the next, just go over this, because it's a campaign, things change in the city, so most of our options are gone, buried under the rubble or burnt down. They'll need to be rebuilt. They all will eventually be rebuilt, and eventually there'll be one other choice. At the top here, we notice this. Anything up here is like an ongoing effect. So this was the campaign relic, the Pouch of the Wealthy Warlord. So after successfully completing a campaign quest, we receive an additional 25 to 50 campaign resources. So this is going to help us with money, which is not really a lot. We can spend our money. We're still slowly progressing down this chart. We're not terrible yet. We haven't gotten a full dark deed, but we're well on our way towards that. And for now, the only places we can use is the infirmary and set our heroes, but we will go check the infirmary and figure that out when we do the next quest.